In this video, we'll explore the new HiFi Rose RD160 digital to analog converter. We'll discuss the technologies and features of this great DAC to see if it is something that can take your system to the next level. Now, let's get started. Has designed some of the most user-friendly, best-sounding components around. Their expertise in human interface design has been paramount in their success with streaming and amplifier products. From their over-the-top RA180 reference integrated amplifier to their RS130 ultimate network streamer, they have a complete product line with streamers, integrated amplifiers, and streamer amplifiers. Now, the RS130 is one of the best-rated network streamers on the market today, but it's only a streamer and needs a very high-quality DAC for a complete digital stack. Now, while many top quality DACs on the market will make quite well with the RS130, many wanted a HiFi Rose DAC to go with their flagship streamer. Now, with the RD160, HiFi Rose has answered everyone asking them to make a standalone DAC. However, in proper HiFi Rose form, the RD160 has some unique and cool features that may entice some newcomers to the HiFi Rose brand. Now, the front panel is the first thing that people have noticed on the RD160 that is very unique looking. When off, the DAC looks like it has a plain front panel with a knob and a few buttons. But once turned on, you notice that there is a hidden screen that comes out of nowhere. This unique OLED screen comes alive and brings a wealth of information from a flowchart showing how the DAC functions to a volume curve and sound waves. Now, all of this is real time and changes with knob or button input immediately. This is a unique and very different take on DAC function design from what we have seen in the past. Now, HiFi Rose says that this new interface is designed to give the feel of an analog device, even though it's rooted in the digital domain. Now, button pushes and knob changes are direct with no latency, much like a vintage analog component. Now, the front panel, it's very well laid out and offers buttons with various functions like input, filter, clock input, sampling rate, and mute. The fully functional volume control allows direct hookup to a power amplifier. And if you are connecting the RD160 to your preamp or integrated amplifier, the volume control is defeatable. Now, how HiFi Rose has managed to get all of those functions and a display on the front panel and still make the RD160 look this clean is a magic mojo that HiFi Rose seems to possess with all of their products. Now, the casework on this RD160 is equally as impressive with an all aluminum case that is machined from one piece of aluminum and has as few joints as possible to minimize vibrations. Now, the color options are silver or black with the famous HiFi Rose symbol that is embossed on the top panel like the RS130. Now, the side panels are also formed into a heat sink area to help cool down the RD160. DACs don't generally put out that much heat, but a lot is going to be going on inside the RD160, and when it comes to electronics, cooler running means longer lasting. Now, the RD160 has a full list of connections on the back, including USB Type-B 2.0, fiber optic USB, I2S, optical digital, coaxial RCA, coaxial BNC, and an AES EBU connection. This ensures that just about any digital component made will work with this RD160. Now, HiFi Rose wanted to make sure that you would be covered with any type of digital connection that is available today, and we are happy that they did so. Now, if you have an old CD player that you want to use as a transport, the RD160 has the connections. Or if you have a streamer that has an I2S output, the RD160 also has that connection, and the USB and I2S connections are capable of up to 32-bit 768 kHz native DSD 512, while both coax and the AES EBU are capable of up to 32-bit 384 kHz POD 128. And the optical Toslink is capable of up to 24-bit 192 kHz. While these numbers are much more capable than most of the music available today, it does add a bit of future-proofing to the RD160 and its capabilities. Now, fiber optic USB, which is an option not seen on most many DACs, is a key feature of this RD160. It takes the voltage signal from USB and transfers it to a fiber optic light signal. Now, when the electrical signal is changed to light, all of the noise and distortions from the source device are lost in the conversion to light, meaning the signal is truly clean and noise-free. HiFi Rose's own RS130 reference streamer has this connection as well, and when they are paired with this connection, the sound is just magical. Now, in digital audio, timing is truly the key to great sound. The only true way to get all of your digital components working in perfect unison is with a master clock. Both the RS130 and RD160 have this option. A master clock allows every digital component within the system to work to one clock source, which sets the timing for everything in the digital chain. If the timing is perfect between all digital components, then all the jitter from the coax, optical, or AES EBU connections will truly be eliminated. This gives you the most most pristine digital audio signal transfer we have today. Now, there is also a high precision OCXO or oven controlled crystal oscillator in the RD160, which is the most accurate and stable clocking mechanism. This enables this RD160 to keep its internal timing perfect for the best and most accurate sound possible. Now, since digital audio timing is just so crucial, HiFi Rose gave this RD160 the very best. Now, this RD160 also has some special chips inside from AKM. The AK4499EX and AK4191 are the newest and best measuring chips from AKM that they've produced to date. In fact, it is the only Delta Sigma DAC circuit that requires 2 chips to function. The AK4191 handles the digital filtering and initial Delta Sigma conversion stages. Then the AK4499 chip does the actual digital to analog conversion. By separating the chips, AKM claims class-leading specs that would not be possible with just one chip. This makes the signal to noise stay extremely high and the good analog characteristics of the audio output remain. Now, this RD160 has a full set of these chips per channel, so channel separation is kept at its maximum. Now, Cortex A9 processors control all of the inputs and signal routing from the inputs to the AKM chips and then on to the output stage. And one more important feature here of the RD160 is its use of separate power supplies. There is a linear power supply for the digital input stage and one linear power supply for each of the 2 analog output stages. This is specifically designed for low noise and the best channel separation possible. Having oversized separate power supplies will give you a better overall dynamic range, transparency, and a more effortless sound to the music. And finally, the output section of the RD160 features the use of JFET input dual op amps. These specially developed devices allow the analog output of the RD160 to have excellent responsiveness, dynamic range, and low distortion beyond what a standard op amp based output section can do. Muses, a company specializing in op-amp based devices, has helped HiFi Rose develop this output section. This is a very important feature that differentiates the RD160 from a lot of DACs on the market today. You can have the best digital section in the world, but if your analog output section is limited, then the sound will take a hit in quality. Now, HiFi Rose has also included an NRA filter, which is a special filter built within the RD160's output stage. It is specially designed to allow the RD160 to have a completely flat frequency response, even at very low frequencies. Due to this filter, the RD160 will have a ruler flat frequency response at just about any frequency signal. Now, also, the internal wiring of this RD160 has been taken to the next level as well, with the use of oxygen-free copper wiring in power and audio output sections, as well as high-purity single crystal Ono continuous casting cables in the unbalanced analog output section to ensure excellent conductivity. Now, HiFi Rose wanted the RD160 to be a reference level device, and upgraded cables help it do just that. And for the purist out there that just wants their music untouched from its original bitrate and sampling frequency, there is a NOS function that does that too. Now, for the adventuring type out there that want to hear what oversampling and digital filtering can do with their favorite music, this RD160 has you covered. It provides 4 options: NOS, PCM, DSD, and ALL. Now, PCM supports up to 32-bit 768Hz, and DSD supports up to DSD 512. This allows you to take your music's digital signal and boost its sampling rate up to a full 32-bit or even into DSD. Also, there are different digital filters with 6 different types of impulse responses. Having all of these options just a front panel button away gives users who want to explore the world of oversampling the option. Now, another cool thing is that the front panel will show these changes in real time, allowing users to fully see how their music is being processed by the 160. Okay, so we first heard this RD160 at Audio Advice Live in a system with HiFi Rose and MoFi components, and we were just blown away by the sound and the looks of it. This was backed up when our unit was hooked up in our test lab and discovered its features and technology. HiFi Rose has certainly upped their game with this new RD160. This unit is extremely warm with great bass extension and attack. The soundstage was presented well beyond our speakers and very deep with each instrument and musician just perfectly placed. It really came to life when we tried feeding it high-res audio tracks from Qobuz or downloads from HD Tracks. Now, if you have been holding back on diving deep into digital because you want a warm analog sound, you really want to take a close look at a HiFi Rose stack. Now, we were really interested to see how the upsampling would work on our unit when we got it in, but our unit was a pre-production prototype and it was not quite working fully yet, but it will be by the time of its release. Now, we will come back to this and do a short video on how well that worked once we get our hands on a full production unit, so be sure you're subscribed. Now, the connections in the feature set are better than just about any other DAC in its price range, and we really liked how this RD160 seemed perfectly made for the RS130 streamer. After hearing the RS130 and the RD60 together, we really can't think of a better reference level combination in this combined price class. Now, if you're in the market for a great DAC, one with a litany of features and connection options, then the RD160 should definitely be on your shortlist. If you own a HiFi Rose RS130 or one of HiFi Rose's streamers or integrated amplifiers, this RD160 is a reference level companion. Plus, we just really love how it's future-proofed with its full list of capabilities and connections. Yes, this combination, it's not inexpensive, but it is beautifully made, and you will be proud to display it in your system. And most importantly of all, we liked how it sounded. It is a very musically engaging DAC that does its job perfectly and allows the music to flow without a touch of jitter or noise affecting the music. Okay, I hope that this overview has given you some good insight into this new HiFi Rose RD160 DAC. If you do have more questions about it, please feel free to call or chat with our team of experts at audioadvice.com or stop by one of our award-winning showrooms. Plus, when you purchase from Audio Advice, you get free shipping, lifetime support, and a price guarantee. If you want to be among the first to get this RD160, you can order it now at audioadvice.com, so be sure to get your pre-orders in now. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any of our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.